that's annoying. Why can you only put something either there or in your quick items here? Why limit it? Seems dumb. But, it seems weird they give you this unlimited homeward bone type item, which makes homeward bones useless, and makes the spell homeward useless. Like, I can see making homeward bones useless because they're not really that valuable anyway, but getting a spell, like, you only get so many spells, and faith is magic, especially in this game, is crap enough. And then you got guidance, or whatever it's called in this game. That's garbage in this. And the magic is so pathetic in this game. Who's I fighting? Oh, that Osiris. The Consumed King. Oh man, he's way harder with magic. To me, he's not really a very good boss fight without magic. Like he's just so going around so crazy. I mean, there's another fight. It's just all about. I mean, I guess maybe that's not. I don't even know how to describe. It's just like this crazy mayhem. The only strategy I really say is if you're melee, just go right close to him and attack him. It's not really like trying to wait for his attacks and then avoid them and then go in and then go out. It just seems like you're making it harder for yourself, which to me is not really a very good boss fight. Just randomly just going whole hog in without having to think about anything. Spam R1 and I don't know, to me it's not really a great boss fight, but that's another boss fight. It's way harder with magic. Well, yeah, I don't know, probably between harder and way harder with magic. Like, it doesn't do enough damage to him. I guess maybe... Or I should say with sorceries. I guess maybe... It's almost like you can't specialize in this game. Like, I felt like in Dark Souls 2 you could specialize, and maybe there'd be one or two bosses that wouldn't be great with it, but for the most part it would be okay. Like, definitely with pyromancy, there's some bosses that were immune to... I think a smelter was immune to fire. But pyromancy was also incredibly good against other bosses. But I don't know. Magic. It just seems like magic. I don't know. Whatever. I guess I'll level up.
Very well. Then touch cake nourish.
Man, this boss is gonna be brutal.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Ah? Ashen One.
Yeah, okay. Keep checking for Grey Rat. Oh, actually, yeah, I'm gonna spend all my souls, because then I don't have to worry about recollecting them. What do I want to buy here? Or wait, hang on. Buy a few of these. Oh, it's handy to have fire bombs.
Ashen 1. Ah.
Actually, I just wanna... Green blossom, budding green blossom. That's only 10? What? Large temporary boost to stamina recovery. Temporary. So that's better. Because this is just temporary boost. This is large temporary boost. It's better, but it only costs 10? What? That's weird.
Ashen 1.
Oh yeah, I want to talk to her.
Ah. Ashen 1. Break. What is it?
I was just curious because the
Ash. Break. What is it?
in Dark Souls 2 when you talk to that
Where is it? Not
guy with no money, he gives you
Ashen 1.
he gives you a set of armor, the Aris.
Tis good to see ye. What needs? Weapon, but when that, but hot date, so prithee be careful.
Actually, I haven't seen the Aris. Have I seen it in this game? I don't think so. I know people like that armor a lot. I mean, Dark Souls 2 just destroys this game with armor. Okay, yeah, here's where it's actually better to use this bonfire. Like, they didn't even need to add the Grand Archives bonfire. It's almost like they did it like, oh, we did a boss bonfire, now we have to add another one, but it's almost like they did it out of duty rather than it being needed. Oh man. I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, so what do I got for items or rings? Got the S. Okay, and this gives me health, and how much health does it give me? So 48. Yeah, plus I get stamina. $14 stamina, that's pretty good. I don't know if the equip load doesn't really make a big difference, I don't think. But I think that's worth it. Estus. I mean, you could switch this out, but I mean, I can't. The fight is just too fast for me to do that. So I think this is probably worth keeping. Chloranthium. I'm always out of stamina on this fight, so I think that. I assume the stamina regen is stacks with the shield. And then this might not be worth it. It's hard to know because he does, I'm not sure, he does so much damage. I'm not sure if you're not in the blue zone when you get hit, if it helps or not. Like if you have 500 health, which is more than, it wouldn't have taken effect by 500. So if you have 500 health and you get hit for, say, a attack that does 502 damage, would you die? Would this, like 502 damage without this ring on, would this ring on keep you alive? Like, does the blue tear stone effect only start before an attack, or can it engage in the midst of taking damage of a single attack? Because if it doesn't engage in the midst of an attack, this ring's not really that worth it, because most of the time fighting this guy, you always want high health, because a single attack can do so much damage. So if I'm going to be at like 60% or more health the whole fight, then this ring is pointless. Unless it helps the other way. I mean, I could put this on. The nice thing about this is constantly helping. I don't know if it helped. It probably doesn't help as much. Like, what does this give me? 1773, so 63, 16, 116. So I'm getting 116 extra health with this. Now, the blue tear stone at maximum help probably helps more than 116. But that only helps with low health. Whereas I want to be fighting this boss. Anytime I get like below half, I'm going to be healing. So ideally, I don't even ever want the blue tear stone to be activating. But that's ideal, and the fights don't always go ideal, so sometimes that blue tear stone is exactly what you need. He's losing HP now. I don't use skill, doesn't backstab me. This is garbage. No. I don't need dexterity. Invincibility. This could be a good ring, but it's... without knowing, you need to know the exact stats to really get the benefit. I don't understand, like, this, like, how... when it says attacking persists, how close together do the attack... like, if you just don't press the button for, like, 1 microsecond, does that... do they have to be absolutely chained together, or... and does it matter how slow your weapon is? Do I even attack fast enough to be considered persisting? Okay, I'm not doing critical. Or, no, there is a critical, but I'm not going to be doing it enough. I still don't know what this ring does. Yeah, I think I'll do life ring for now. No, whatever. I'm not going to beat him this first time anyway, so... Man, this boss is so tough. He's not like a boss. These bosses, there's just so much about speed. Like, obviously Demon Souls was like a gimmick. A lot of it was gimmick bosses, but even Dark Souls 1, I would say, they weren't, I wouldn't classify them mostly as gimmick bosses, but they still felt, sort of had sort of a certain gimmick. Even Dark Souls 1 and 2, I would say... well, 1, I would say, it had a sort of a gimmick feel to it. Even though they weren't... I wouldn't classify them as gimmick bosses, overall. A lot of them had a gimmick feel to it. And then, like, something like Iron Golem. Like, you're not really... it was more about how you fought him more than anything else. It was more about being smart. And then, Dark Souls 2, I would say, again, they weren't really gimmick bosses, but, like, if you played smart, that would do a lot. That would carry